Okay, this is George Dingledye, and this is the Wabash Carnegie Public Library Oral History Program interviewing Paul W. Hayes, 1575 Florence Street, at the Wabash Carnegie Public Library on Tuesday evening, July 2nd, 1985. Now, Paul, the first question I'm going to ask you is, tell me about your background. Tell me about your mom and your dad and their families, and grandma and grandpa, and where they were born and where they came from and where you lived and everything else. Then we'll get into Vietnam.
Okay, Mom and Dad was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, and Dad worked for United States government as a USA egg inspector, and then he stayed there in Cleveland till he was about 35, 40 years of age, and then he went to Memphis, Tennessee, and then he got he stayed with the same company, and then that's when my sister was born, down in Memphis, Tennessee, on January the 2nd of 1943, I think it was. And then they stayed down there till August 9th, 1950, when Dad got transferred there to Wabash, Indiana. And that's when my mom was pregnant for me at the time. So I was born August 9th, 1950, up here in Wabash, Indiana, when about 3 months after they got here in Wabash, Indiana. And my two brothers was Tom and Richard. They was of course born in Cleveland while they was living there, and so my brother, one brother is president of the board with the May Company, and my other older brother is he teaches special education class down in Muncie, Indiana, and my older sister, she's teaching special education kids up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And of course myself, I've enjoy working on classic automobiles, and I restore them for a living.
Let me go back a little bit. What was your mother's maiden name?
Mom was Gertrude. That's her maiden name, Gertrude Whiteman.
Whiteman. And how do you spell it?
Whithman.
Yeah. But your mom and dad were both from Cleveland, Ohio.
Right.
Yeah. And what was do you remember Grandma and Grandpa on either side of the family?
My grandpa was from Flushing, Ohio. That's near the Pennsylvania line. That's coal country down there. Mm-hmm. And of course, that's where Dad was originally from too. But like I said, I barely remember those days when we was took off down to see Dad's dad on a weekend, and of course, I remember Dad's dad had a big farmhouse, and they did strip mining where my dad's folks lived, and remember Ellen and Ellen must have been 5 years old. I must have been every bit of 2 years old. And man, we used to play in them strip mines all the time. And it's just, you know, just all country.
Yeah. How about your mother's side of the family? The Whiteman side of the family?
She was, she only had one other brother, and he was in insurance business, and as I remember, and she was,
Okay, now you were saying that on your mother's side of the family, she was the secretary as was
right,
your...
right.
How about your own life then? And you were a student in what school here in Wabash? And...
Okay, I was a student. I went to Wabash City Schools, and I went to Wabash High School. Graduated in 1969, and I didn't really play sports of any kind. I just more or less went to school during the daytime, worked third trick at U.S. Gypsum, during my upkeep and books, and my first car I had. So that was a lot of pride. And then shortly after high school, I got drafted for service for the U.S. Army. And of May of 70, I was inducted. In fact, I wasn't inducted. I was at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, serving my basic training, and I stayed there for 4 months, and then I went to Fort Polk, Louisiana, for my AIT Vietnam combat training. Well, left Fort Wayne Airport Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning. I thought I'd never see my mom and dad again, or my friends, or Wabash, Indiana, ever again.
You knew this in your mind?
I knew that in my mind, because I knew that we was all sent over to be killed, and that's why I was going through my mind. When I got to Fort Lewis, Washington, I hurried up and made friends with people that's on the same roster list that I was, going on the same plane over there, and
I think we had a bad tape, so I'm just going to continue on Paul Hayes on this new tape here, and let's see what happens. Okay. We were talking about a very emotional goodbye to your parents and to your family in Wabash, Indiana, and you are shipped off to Fort Lewis, Washington. Okay.
And I don't remember the names of the guys right now, because I was kind of a dummy for not writing down names of guys I've met over there and served all through a year and a half's tour over there. Some of them in the same outfits that I was in, and a lot of guys over there I met in Fort Lewis, Washington, that I'd never seen them come home alive. And so I'm just sorry to say that I wish they could, all be here, be reunion, have a reunion one of these days, but
How did you go over?
I went over on a Flying Tiger line, which is an airline run by the Air Force.
When did you leave? What date?
I left there November, probably around the 15th of November.
Year?
up 70.
1970, okay. And where did you land, and what was the trip like, first of all, and then where'd you land?
The trip was, all the guys in the airliner was cutting up, having a good time. The stewardess kept getting uglier and uglier for some reason or other. And we, of course, it was a 23-hour flight from Fort Lewis, Washington to Cameron Bay, is where we finally landed. But we landed in Tokyo, going over for a fuel stop, and we was all more or less at ease still. But we stayed there for about a 2-hour layover, and then we got orders to get back on the plane again. And shortly after that we took off, and we had about another 3.5 hours of flight time to Cameron Bay. And it was just getting dark when the plane was getting ready to touch down in Cameron Bay. And as the plane was descending to Vietnam, the plane got silence right now. There wasn't a voice could be heard anywhere. It's just, man, it's just like death was going through the plane. And when the plane finally taxied into the holding area, they come around with buses for all those guys. Looked like prison buses. Had screens and armor everywhere you could see on the buses to load us off the plane. And I stepped outside the plane. You could smell the air of Vietnam was it smelled like shit, or smelled like piss. I mean, it just smelled horrible. And so 15 minutes later, after I just stepped off the plane, I was in that bus, and they shifted us to another staging area where I was assigned to barracks that night. And of course that was back in the rear of Cameron Bay, but still you could hear gun barrels and fighting going on. And I couldn't sleep that night very well. I used to go, excuse me, I used to, back really, I cried my ass off, because I knew that I wasn't going to be back home.
That was the first night.
It's the first night. But then as the other guys that I met on the plane, we all couldn't sleep that night either, so we all decided to look for the nearest tavern there was, or if there was an EM club. And so we decided just to get drunk. And it's the best thing we could have done. We just, and learn about each other, where we was from. I mean, further on, while we tried to talk on a plane, because we still was uptight, but yeah, we was still worrying about getting killed. But we got drunk. It must have been about 3:30 in the morning. And we stayed drunk till probably at least 6 o'clock that morning. And we had to be back and roll call for sign us to our main destination point in various parts of South Vietnam. And me and a guy from Michigan, I can't remember his name, but I rode all the way over from Fort Lewis, Washington. And me and him went to 101st Airborne Division in Dubai, South Vietnam. That was 101st Airborne's headquarters. And that's when we really started getting scared. And then that was the only it was about 2 days in country then. Then third day we was about 9 o'clock in the morning. We was flown out by UA Cobras to join a company we was assigned to, and that was almost into the Dorais zone. They worked with the 5th Mech, and that's when we almost shit our pants. The first actual night out, sleeping out, out in the jungle. And a couple other guys that we replaced, they was coming back. And one tall guy about my size, he said I'm sure glad to have someone the same size as me to hump an M6 machine gun. And that was my job over there. I was a machine gunner and had 2 ammo burners. This other guy from Michigan, he got transferred, lucky ass, he got transferred to drive a Jeep for state. Got lucky, got stayed in the rear. So, but as far as everybody knew that he was a new guy in country because he had fresh, brand new fatigues and brand new boots on. And after a while, I soon found out they call it a FNG, or a fucking new guy. Excuse my language, but that's what it was all called.
You were FNGs, huh?
Until you got, time and grade and touch, they got your greens all dirty.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew that you get very often take a bath once in a while. If I recall, when I joined my company,
Which was?
Delta Company, 2nd 327, 101st Airborne Division, and we stayed out for maybe 65 days before we got into a place where, on a fire base, where we could have a change of clothes and take a shower, maybe have a beer or two, and 5 hours later we'd be back out in the boonies again, but a different location. I have seen that time second time out, I have seen actual combat, and for a guy that's 19 years old, that made me grow up real good. And I killed 3 North Vietnamese. That was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And
What were they doing?
they was ambushing us. So that's when I had my real actual experience killing another human being. But I really don't care to do it ever again. And then we then that was over with about last about 20 minutes or so, and we humped maybe 15 or 20 clicks, which is by about 10 to 15, 20 miles. Set up for the night.
Walked?
Huh? Walked. Yeah. He walked everywhere he went. And I couldn't believe as you're walking, you can't believe the size of leeches and snakes and vegetation, mosquitoes enough to carry away over there. And just everything just is huge compared to what it is over here. And once in a while...
Would you see civilians along the way? Or?
Yeah, we did see mountain people.
Mountain guides?
Or just mountain people. They was just all mountain people.
Yeah.
Wasn't villagers. There's just people who just lived up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm. What area were you operating around?
Around the north part of South Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. You were close to the DMZ?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, but you were in the mountainous area?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was your mission?
Our mission was to control and hold down certain hills and fire bases and take over any North Vietnamese Army places that they got in the country. We were supposed to take over.
Yeah. Did you operate out of a fire base?
Yeah, mostly.
One base all the time? Or?
There was 2 or 3 different fire bases, but...
Which ones did you remember the names?
Right now, I can't remember any of the fire bases. I'd have to have a map and actual names of them. I could probably tell you right off the bat, but right now it's been so long ago that I can't remember. This brief description of what my deal was over there.
Yeah.
But
well, after you say you marched this 20 miles, and then what happened?
Well, then we settled for a night, and that's when I knew those. You couldn't see a hand in front of her face. We was on guard. Each of us, we had a platoon of 10 guys, and we'd rotate every night. We'd have guard duty every 4-hour shifts, and so it was my turn. Since I was a new guy in country, it was my turn to pull guard duty that night. And I set my claymore mines up and my trip flares, and had my M60 machine gun on rock and roll, and also 2 50 calibers on rock and roll, and my M60.
The rock and roll means you're ready to go.
Ready to go. Just pull the trigger and you're going. Right. And it might have been a rabbit, or it might have been a squirrel, or whatever fired, I fired that night. And of course, naturally, the rest of the tune's up, they're firing away too. Because if someone wants something, hits those trip flares, and there's no hesitation. You just go for it. And that was my second lesson I learned. So it's just maybe the whole time you're over there, you might get an hour's sleep the whole night, or a whole day and night. Just you're uneasy the whole time you're over there. So as time progressed, I hate to say this, but I did kill a lot of innocent people when I was over there. Because when things happen, you don't give a shit whether it's daytime or nighttime. If it's when you're set up, you know where all your guys are at. When you're set up to patrol, then you lock and load and you fire. And I killed an innocent Vietnamese mountain person, and I said, Jesus Christ, what the hell are we over here for? And it was a kind of a experience for me and everybody else that had to be over there, because I think it's myself. I think we should have got the damn thing over with in a week's time instead of waiting, what, 15 years or so much went on, at least. Yeah, it's just a waste.
Did you stay with this outfit all the time then?
Yeah.
As a machine gunner?
Yeah.
Any other experiences out of the fireplace?
That's mainly it's what I did for a year and a half. So I was a ground pounder, 11 Bravo. Yeah. That's the only thing I done. It was part of M60 machine gun.
How long did you stay in Vietnam?
I stayed there about a year and a half over there. I extended my tour so I wasn't supposed post my stateside spitshine duty over here. And found out later on I didn't have to post my time over none, because I would have gotten early out anyway.
No.
So which I just more or less wanted to guarantee to myself that I wouldn't have to put up with so much goddamn shit over here stateside.
Yeah. Did you, were you ever wounded?
I was lucky. I only, it was during the monsoon season. I couldn't get footage on a mountainside that we was trying to climb up, and slipped and fell about 50 feet, maybe 65 feet down the side of a mountain. Top or mountain hill, and end up with a pulled muscle in my leg, and I stayed in Dubai hospital there for about 3 days, and then they shipped me back out. So that's the only. Thank God that. If I wasn't for that M6 machine gun, I'd probably been here today. Because, of course, being tall, that's got another disadvantage too, being over there, because all kinds of vines and weeds and stuff you can. It's unbelievable to try to fight.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'6" and 1/4.
Well, it would be a disadvantage in walking through the jungle.
Yeah, it would.
Somebody related to me not long ago that all this is going on and everything like that, and still these people out there selling beer, and was your impression too? Or?
There was a black market over there, That there's a lot of people that couldn't put up with not being without their wives, and there's a lot of guys that couldn't handle the situation at all. They tried to get up high up on cocaine or marijuana over there, and they hear them go as far as to blow each other's shit away just over a bag of pot and stuff. And that's why after you got older, about 2-3 months older, you got to be get a little bit stir crazy yourself over there. But I just never had the desire to do that. I just more or less just believed in God, and knew that maybe He'd show me a way home one of these days. I just had faith in myself, and at that time, my mom and dad and Wabash Planer. I love to get the Wabash Planer when I got mail. That was once every 3 days, because where we was at out in the sticks, the mail chopper only come in about once a month, and that's when we got to a fire base or near a fire base where they could land. And thank God I wasn't married, or thank God I didn't have a girlfriend when I was over there.
Did you get any R&R?
I got one R&R, and that was at China Beach. And for 3 days, before everybody got a 3-day R&R to China Beach or some other part of South Vietnam for the got the Freedom Bird back home.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided not to take R&R. I decided to keep the money in the bank at first night at the bank at home to buy me a new car when I got home. So, but that never did happen because it went for college expenses.
After you got out?
Yeah.
What's your reaction of the 18 months you spent there?
My reaction is that I think it's experience for every 19-year-old guy not to go to Canada or anything else. I was proud to serve my country. I wasn't chicken to fight for it, and if World War ever broke out again, I'd go back in. I really would, to keep communism out of the United States. Of course, you might wonder right now what's happening in this world now with all the terrorists and the communists here in the United States.
Rank? Did you have any rank while you were there?
I was E5 when I left Vietnam, and that's the highest rank I got. If I would have stayed in, I would have been E6, and they offered me $10,000 bonus for having for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got out, I was just going on my 21st birthday, I think it was. And I said, no. Of course, right now as we're talking, I would have had maybe another 5 years ago, I could have retired. Had a full government pension. So it makes you wonder, if I would have stayed in or not.
Were you ever exposed to Agent Orange?
Me, I don't know. Myself, I suppose I have. They use that quite a bit over there, but I just never had any, side effects. My side effects are more or less mental than anything else. I still have flashbacks, and as far as coping with people, I have trouble coping with people. So I keep everything bottled up inside of me. And
But as far as you know, you were never in any area with Agent. Did you ever take the test for Agent Orange?
Never have yet, no.
How about reparations for, pay off the Vietnamese for tearing up their country today?
I don't think we have to pay them a damn thing because myself, they're too damn lazy for them to fight for their own country themselves, and I was back home a year or so, or half year or so later, and here the Sandwiches are taking our American helicopters and taking over our American ships, trying to get back over here in the United States. And I think it's a crock of shit.
Mm-hmm. Did you see much drug use there when you were there? Or was this fairly new?
Drugs, that was a common thing over there. I just stayed away from that. I just let people do their own bag over there. Yeah. Your mind was always just the stage of break anyway. Mm-hmm. And you had to do something over there to relieve your mind. And of course, myself, I never smoked or drank before I went to Nam, and which is surprising. I never raised hell in high school for some reason or other. But I just wait till we got back on a fire base, and God, I just could hardly wait. When I got back on a fire base, I sure got drunk. I got drunker than hell, I'll tell you. Just to relieve.
Beer was available on the fire base?
Yeah.
And canteen or?
Yeah, well, one canteen is just they brought in, they made about 12, 13 cases in, from the food bar or something, and they divide that up between the guys and two. And in my mind, I got lucky and had a case between yourself.
Should be enough to keep it going.
That's about it.
Yeah, I'll be damned.
But,
well, let me see. How about, have you belonged to any veterans organizations since you got back?
Yeah, shortly after I got back, I belonged to the Veterans of Foreign Wars and the American Legion. And I really am glad I really joined the club because it gives me an opportunity to rap and talk and have a good time with other guys my age and older people that really gives a damn what veterans are for in this country. Because when I got back, it seems like there was no welcome for veterans. And I think it's kind of a hard task for a veteran to find a decent job in this day and age, or ever since I got back, because it's like they always catered you as a drug addict or an alcoholic. And
you were neither.
I was neither, but they just heard all the scandal over the television set that's all us veterans are good for. Mm-hmm. And I think that's crock shit too.
How about, have you been to the Vietnam Memorial in Washington?
Yeah, not yet, but I'm planning on going there this next summer.
Oh yeah? What do you think?
I think that's great. Really, I think I should have been put up there a long, long time ago. Mm-hmm. When World War I was popular. That way they could have just added the list to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That way I make it, all of them put together. But as far as casualties for a war, for well, I don't want to call it a war. It's just a
Conflict.
conflict or incident that we was involved with that just killed off a hell of a lot of us that there was no need for.
Were you ever conscious of any protest movement either in the United States while you were in the Army, overseas, or when you got back at all?
Not really. I didn't really pay attention much to the news much. I just more or less just I just want to relive 2 years that I was gone, and time I got back, it was a lot of people that I wanted to see, especially girls that I wanted to see that wasn't here no more, and so I feel I'm more or less got to be a loner, and I'm still that way right now. I just like to be by myself. And maybe that might be one of my things from Nam, I don't know. I just like being by myself.
What was the relationship with the blacks over in Vietnam?
I met a lot of decent black people that would save your ass any day of the week, and then there was other groups you just stay away from. There's Black Power, they call themselves, and they thought they was better than everybody else, but still it was same as you and I, or even the Vietnamese or North Vietnamese that we killed. They didn't want to die either, but you know, it's just what it was a draw, more or less. So, and each that's one thing that I learned here learned shortly. After about 2 months over in the country, I learned that everybody is for themselves over there, and I got to learn to be that lifestyle. My buddy didn't watch out for me, and then you had to watch out for yourself. There was a lot of them that was up on high all the time. You couldn't really depend on them either. So you had to fight for your own sake.
You couldn't depend on them.
That's right.
Any fragging? Did you see any fragging going on over there?
What's that?
Fragging where they took care of the officers or the non-coms that they didn't like, with like flipping grenades into the tents?
Oh, I didn't really see too much of that, because my company, or my, the only thing I got to see was just my LT and
LT,
me and him,
what is that?
lieutenant.
Yeah, okay.
And of course, the company commander always stayed in the rear all the time, so I was back at the real home base in Phu Bai. So if I did see him about once every 9 days, I wouldn't recognize him if I seen his face a day. So, you know, it's just I was out there, and all the higher echelons, I called them in service, was back there with the hooch maids and having a good time. They didn't give a shit less about us. And that's just exactly the way I felt.
What happened when you came home? What did you do? Did you go to work? Did you try to go to work? Or?
When I come back home, I first of all, it took me almost 6 months to get adjusted to eating again, and learning to cope with people here in Wabash, or just, you know, people in general. I just couldn't really talk to them, because you can't really tell. It's just like this interview here, you really can't tell how it is over there until you're actually over there. then you gotta use some more or less gotta, you gotta see it in person to believe it. But when I got back home, I got my job back, but then for some reason or other, they thought I was too good to work for them or something, because I lost my job.
Where was the job?
And I used to work for Honeywell's at the time. And so that's why I made my mind up to take money I had saved over there in Vietnam to go on a GI loan to be what I am today, is restoring cars. Of course, right now I'm doing working on classic and collector cars right now for various peoples. But back in them days, I was just starting out just to be learning and get into auto body repair, and I couldn't have nobody teach me because nobody wanted to take time, so I had to take all my savings. I took every bit of it, live up in Chicago for a year to get the trade to get my diploma, and it was rough going. In fact, it still is rough going, but I know one of these days I'll make it.
Yeah. How old are you now?
Right now I'm 35 years old. I'll be 36 in August.
Would you say that your Army experience, how would you rate it?
Army experience? Well, I'd rate it about probably about number 2, probably. Because all that training that AIT and basics was World War II tactics. That wasn't really updated to Vietnam like it should have been, because I had learned every damn thing all over again the second day I was out in the field.
Just to save your ass.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it didn't mean a damn thing for spending all your taxpayers' money on us getting trained, because it didn't help out a damn bit. So I'd rate the training service back in them era of 69 through 72 is number 2, and which I think is pretty poor. But on the other hand, though, if I would have stayed in, I could have retired here in about another 4 years from now. Had a full government pension. So it balances out, I guess.
Yeah. Huh. Do you think it was beneficial or not, your experience?
Vietnam?
Yes.
I not as far as my skilled trades was, but as far as getting to see how other people live like in other countries, and fighting for just being American. I'm damn glad to do it.
Yeah.
I wasn't a coward to go to Canada and Mexico like a lot of kids I grew up in high school did. And I'm just proud to have come home alive and done my duty.
After you got home, then you went to Honeywell's and you left there, and then you took the auto body at Chicago, and then what did you do?
I've worked at various places in Wabash and Manchester, and I've been doing this ever since.
Tell me how you met your wife.
My wife Jane, I met her.
Her name is Janie Ostendorf.
And met her at a Hauled In hospital party at the Hauled In in January of 77, I believe it was, out hauled in. She was the only tall girl in the group she was with.
Yeah.
So I just finally got drunk enough to go up there and ask her to dance. And she danced with me up to a number, and I asked her out for a date that next Friday night. And that's when we started going together.
When did you get married?
We got married in August of 78. The reason why I picked that date because my birthday's on August 9th, and hers is on August 22nd. And so I decided, well, might as well make it right down the middle, like our anniversary day or wedding date that day too. So everything all over with in August. Instead of being broke 3 months, we'll be broken with just 1 month. So that's how I arranged that.
Yeah.
But she's really a wonderful wife.
She is a nice girl. Very nice. Do you think there's anything we haven't covered tonight that you'd like to talk about, or?
I can't think of anything. I just like I say, I'm just not much of I'm just a quiet person. I don't, want to brag about anything. I don't believe in bragging. I just know, just by experience what's life's all about. I just wish I still had a draft system, which keep maybe get some of these 19-year-olds growing up a little bit. And another thing, that's one of my pet peeves. If one person ought to be drafted to go to war, I think all of them should. Teach them, to grow up a little bit.
Do you think we could have won in Vietnam?
I really do believe so. I think that should have been over with. That's cool. Should have been over with in 1 week.
How?
How? Just like did Hiroshima. I always believe it. I always believe that. I know it's a lot of innocent people, but when they start something, we finish it.
Why not?
And I believe we should have dropped the atomic bomb on Hanoi and been over with right there. Why piss around with it? We pissed around it so long that we couldn't do anything then. We started in the shipping guys over in 64, 65, and that's when, I gotta think whose president was then. Kennedy, wasn't it?
He was killed in 63. It would have been Johnson.
Johnson.
Followed by Nixon.
Yeah, well, that's what Johnson should have done, was just order a damn bomb over there and just wipe the damn place off the face of the earth from that. And because the French lost out, the French couldn't do anything. And this NATO is what really involved us in this deal. We were a member of NATO, and that's how we kissed ass to go over there, I guess, to say the rest. And that's what's going to happen very shortly to Beirut and El Salvador, if we don't quit kissing ass for other foreign countries. Because pretty soon we won't have no country here at all to save our own selves.
Paul, I want to thank you because I think this has been a very interesting interview.
Well, George, I've really enjoyed doing this.
You've opened up to me that I've never seen this side of you.
Well, I've already seldom talk about Vietnam. There's a lot of things that I killed a lot of, I gotta admit it, like they put a trial when I was getting ready to go over there. I put that trial about Cali, killing all those village people over there, but I've seen that happen more than once over there. So more or less just is more or less just what you had to do over there to save your own hide.
You didn't know who the enemy was.
That's right.
And that's what I've heard from others, that you really didn't know who was for you and who was against you.
You just for yourself, that's it.
Everybody for himself. Thanks, Paul. This is
Thanks a lot, George.
George Dingledye, the Wabash Carnegie Public Library Oral History Program.